beautiful state, Utah has an incredible amount of scenic diversity, from the colorful rock formations of southeastern Utah to the scattered lakes of the high Uinta Mountains and the wide open spaces of the western deserts. Nearly half our state lies within the geographical region known as the Great Basin. Although the Great Basin may appear dull and lifeless, its history and evolution has been incredibly dramatic. Today, one of the most active and dramatic events occurring within the Great Basin is wildfire. Wildfire as it occurs naturally has been a part of this great land long before it ever saw the first influences of man, and it will continue to play a major role in the development and evolution of Utah's natural landscape. In the early to mid-19th century, Utah saw the beginning of a new evolutionary process. Today, there are nearly 6 million people living within the arid environments of the Great Basin. With the introduction and incredible growth of the human population, wildfire has become a significant threat to our urban communities, in some cases causing extreme property damage and even loss of life. After several decades of trying to stop this powerful force of nature, federal, state, and local land managers have come to realize that it may be best to focus on finding ways to live with fire.
One place where fires are always a concern is the High Country Estates near Harriman. Every summer it seems like a fire starts, but so far the neighborhood has been lucky. Alex Cabrero explains why that might be.
Yeah, Denny, there's no doubt this part of the valley is growing, and it's growing fast. What used to be fields is starting to see a lot of development, and that development is pushing it to the southwest part of the Oquirrh Mountains. That's where the High Country Estates are, and as you mentioned, they get a lot of wildfires. But one family was recently recognized nationally for trying to make that area safer.
A lot of wildlife out here.
There's lots of reasons why people move to High Country Estates in Harriman.
You can literally hear the birds land on the trees.
But there's also lots of reasons why people move away.
They scare me to death now.
Randy Crane is talking about wildfires. 8 years ago, he and his wife Jean moved here to get away from the big city. But that also means they moved closer to nature.
My wife, when we first moved up here, said, "We're in a fire danger." I said, "No, we're not." We got the fire department up here, and they said, "Yeah, you are."
So they started working with state fire officials and the BLM to try and learn how they could make their homes safer.
It is amazing how stupid we are.
They began by clearing out cheatgrass, trimming trees, and opening up the area surrounding their home.
This looks really good.
They also learned what fuels wildfires.
We were so inexperienced when we moved up here.
One of the things fire crews wanted the Cranes to do was to widen their driveway. Originally, this driveway was very narrow, but now that they've widened it, fire trucks could make it to their home.
We can now look around and say, that's not a good idea.
And that's important. This past year, 2 fires started from lightning strikes on the mountain behind their home, but they felt safe knowing they did what they learned. Lately, they've also been training their neighbors, and because of that, won a national award for wildfire safety.
This was just completely a surprise to us.
That just means, though, they have to keep working.
It's an ongoing thing. Mother Nature says, I'm going to grow, so you have to continue to trim it back and make it and keep it defensible.
Another reason why it's important to have defensible space around your home, if a fire does happen out there, fire crews will try to save your house. They've gone around the neighborhood and tagged the homes they don't think has enough defensible space. So if a fire happens, they won't try to save those homes and waste manpower and resources because they figure that home is going to burn anyway. They'll only try to save the homes that have been identified as having defensible space.
Pretty good motivation to clear the brush. Yeah. Thanks, Alex Cabrero.
Hello, my name is Alex Cabrero. By following some of the suggestions provided in this DVD, you can greatly increase the chances of your home surviving a wildfire. Now, this DVD is broken into 4 segments. In the first segment, we will go over some basic wildfire terminology as well as some basic wildfire behavior. In the second segment, we will ask you questions to see if your home is at risk of a wildfire. Segment number 3 is dedicated to helping you do everything you can to protect your home from a wildfire. And in the final segment, we will explore the different types of fuels found in the wildfire environment, as well as give you some decorative landscaping ideas to help you reduce the risk of wildfire near and around your home. We hope you enjoy the lessons provided in this DVD, and we encourage you to participate in the process of learning to live with fire.